Hello StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Dayshi and Polt on Orbital Shipyard. In the bottom left side of the map we have the red Terran player, it is Dayshi. And in the top right side of the map we have the blue Terran player, it is Polt. Alright, so a TVT for you guys. Somebody requested a rematch between Dayshi and Polt. So I said, hey, let's go ahead and do that. I know this is an older replay, but I figure people are fans of Polt, and the TVT fans don't really care when it was played, because I don't think any balance patches affected that matchup. But maybe I could be wrong. Anyway, both players are opening up here with a Rax first, obviously. I don't know what else they'd actually be able to do here in TVT, I suppose. I suppose they could go Command Center first, but that's not usually how this works. So I do have two Reaper names ready to go. And if we need to use them, we will. I have to imagine this is going to be a Reaper expand for both of these players. It's just good to go opening Reaper here. It deals with your opponent's Reaper pretty well. If there's a Reaper chasing you around, you can't really sit there and pick off workers. Marines are easier to deal with as a Reaper, so I don't see much of a reason why you'd go Marine here, but, you know, could be wrong. Been wrong before. Either way, both players' barracks are finishing up at about the same time. Polt's going for a second Rax here with the expansion as well, and it looks like a one-baser. I don't know, wait, Polt's going 2 Racks, just kidding, and Dayshi's going for the expand. Okay, exactly what I expected there. So it's actually going to be a Marine for Dayshi and a Reaper for Polt. So this Reaper's name is going to be Beaver from the hit TV show Leave It to Reaper. Ah, that's good. That's a good one. So this is Beaver the Reaper, everybody. He's just a kid, man. He's just a 10-year-old kid. He wanted to play baseball and wanted to run around in the park as that Marine killed that scouting SCV of Polt's. And another SCV here, we're likely going to die. Tit for tat, as they say. You kill my SCV, I will kill yours. Ready, get set, go. Bam. All right, so Beaver. He was late getting home from the park one day, so his dad said, Beaver, strap on the Reaper suit and go kill your opposing Terran enemies. And he said, aw, Dad, gee whiz. And he did, and he hopped into the Reaper suit. And a buddy of his is coming out too. Polt is opening double Reaper here. Is he going... Is it going like a 2-Rax Reaper into expand here? This is interesting. I'm a fan of this. Let's see how it works out. Marine versus Reaper. Does Reaper win this thing with KD8 charge? I think he might be able to. Does he just win straight up? He just wins straight up there. Huh, I didn't know that. It's close. I mean, obviously it's close there. Another Reaper shows up. Combat drugs are healing up Beaver and his friend, who decided to put on a Reaper suit, not a Reaver suit, a Reaper suit, to come help him. As soon as Dayshi sees this second Reaper, he's going to know something is up. From Polt, continuing this Reaper production. This is nuts. I don't think I've seen this in a TVT, definitely in TVZ. Makes a lot of sense here. Reaper's coming up. There's a single bunker. KD8 charge being thrown down, doing 10 damage per shot to that supply depot. And that bunker is actually full of Marines. Is this enough? It's enough to shoo the Reapers away. I mean, they hit pretty hard. Marines hit everything pretty hard. Except maybe like Roaches and Ultras and some things, but for the most part, they're a pretty good unit. So 4 Reapers here, and slowing down on that now, working on some Marine production. But there are, in fact, 5 Reapers out. So Polt has to do some damage here. I don't know that he super has to, but I think he has to. So here come the 5 Reapers, getting an SCV, killing a Marine, killing another Marine, trying to focus it down. The SCV is being pulled off the line to defend against this. Not looking good at all. 1 Reaper does end up falling. Can the SCVs trap these guys? It's going to be close. No. Can't trap any of them. The Reapers looking very pleased with themselves at this point, killing yet another SCV. This harassment is insane. KD8 charge killing a Marine. KD8 charge not hitting anything there, but trying to pick off Marines. Not worrying about SCVs. Hopping down, though. A little bit worried about the SCV and Marine combination here. 3 SCVs killed. It is currently 27 to 28 Harvesters. Polt has a tiny, tiny lead. Just a bit of the tiniest and tiniest of leads. But still, his Reapers are still out. So here comes Beaver and his friends. KD8 charge, not hitting anything at all. Dayshi's a little bit too good to allow that to happen. Another one dies. Oh my gosh, tank. Get out of there. Run. KD8 charge on the tank. Can they kill the tank? They kill the tank and lose none of the... Okay, 1 Reaper dies. I think an SCV just barely got a shot off there. KD8 charge. Oh, hitting 1 of the Marines there. And look at this damage Polt is doing with these Reapers. Just absolutely insane amounts of damage. Has killed 8 workers so far. KD8 charge is keeping the Marines at bay for the most part. And when they do show up, great micro on Polt's end. is just dealing with them. The SCVs can't handle them on their own. They're there just to distract shots from the Marines, so the Marines can actually do the work. Combat drugs are coming in here, but no, actually sitting here doing, actually in combat, means combat drugs aren't going to work as well as they normally could. KD-8 charge knocking an SCV back. More and more SCVs dying, but losing another Reaper. Oh, where was that it? I don't remember. Either way, there's two. There's two left of the 5. Polt being so darn cost-effective right now. Woo! So is that tank, though. Units lost. 27 units lost by Dayshi. 1,500 resources lost for the Red Terran player. Polt. Just kind of killing it there. 28 to 41 harvesters. Polt has a Marine tank composition here. He wants to roll out. He's ready to roll out. He's getting a 3rd command center as well. Dayshi's desperately trying to rebuild here. He's making SCVs at both of his bases, which is all he can really do. He's got tanks, which is fantastic. Having tanks is very useful. Additional barracks, good at the same time, but it's just army supply. Army supply is 15 to 33 in favor of Polt. So here comes Polt with a little drop. He's not bringing the tanks along, which I'm a tiny bit surprised by. Here comes the boost of the medevacs, and let's do this thing. No, nope. Not going to land and kill that SCV. That's something Polt likes to do, is land these guys and then kill overlords with them, but I guess it doesn't really count for a single SCV, which stands for what? I used to know this. I don't know what it stands for. Let me know in the comments. So here we go, dropping tank fire, immediately splashing Polt, picking up and running for his life after losing one Marine's life there. Marine on the ground does get destroyed by the Marines that have medevac support. That's usually how that works. SCV scouting for an additional base here. Possibly this is some ninja tech. A ninja expand. Okay, Dayshi trying to make sure Polt does not know where that 3rd is. Polt says, oh, there's not a 3rd here. That's good. I have him stuck on 2 bases. Man, that tank, though. Oh, I don't know if you can do this, Polt. Maybe. No, gets the tank. He gets the tank. Why did I doubt Polt? Why did I do that? I feel so foolish now. Polt is landing his own 3rd base. Marine trying to harass it from Dayshi, but 2 Marines shoo him away before he can really do too much damage and cause him to explode in a minor explosion of blood. So that 3rd base by Dayshi might be his saving grace. He's so down. 53 to 42 workers, and worker count matters the most in mirror matchups. You want to have as good of a mirror count as your opponent, or better, hopefully. And if you don't, it's a long road to hoe to get back in here. So we'll see. Polt's working on +1/+1. Dayshi also working on +1 and stim. The upgrades are fairly similar, except I don't think Dayshi's working on armor yet. Where is... He just has the 1 engineering bay, I believe it is. Marine scouting out. Marine scouting out. Is he going to scout this out? Polt. Yeah, he knew. He knew there was a ninja expand somewhere, and there it is. Marine found it, shooting away, forcing a liftoff on that command center. Dayshi says, dang it. Dang it, I was so close. Marines moving out, tanks moving out. Dayshi says, I cannot sit back and let Polt kill me. I can't do it. I know my instincts say to turtle up, but I cannot allow that to happen. Meanwhile, a push from Polt coming down the right side of the map. We've seen this on this map. If you remember, Orbital Command is very good for this. Armies down the right side, army up the left side, and just missing each other entirely in the night here. Dayshi's going to try to knock down this debris, attack that 3rd base of Polt. This could turn into a bit of a base race. And considering the fact that Polt has more stuff, I'd have to favor him in that situation. But here we go. There's the scan. And moving forward, they do have stim. They've got 2 medevacs picking up here and boosting right on in, right into the main base. Another Marine taking that sucker out. But Marines, tanks, shooting stuff all over the place. A lot of dead SCVs. Polt seems a little bit undecided, but he's just going for it, man. He just going for it. Tanks splashing on everything on this 3rd base. Polt says, all right. You want to kill my stuff? I will kill your stuff as well. Actually taking some time to weaken the unbuildable plates. Tanks on the low ground. Marines on the high ground. Actually hitting his own stuff a little bit. No, maybe that was one of those tanks. Pulling back is Dayshi. Meanwhile, nothing really defending this for Polt. He just lost 17 SCVs. I'm not sure how much he actually cares here. Can Dayshi hold off this attack? If he can, I feel like he's in a pretty good spot. Although he is losing production facilities. Are there any tanks at all? Oh no, Dayshi, do you not have any tanks? Dayshi has 3 tanks, but they're all on offense right now. So just a handful of Marines to defend against this. That number 4 tanks for Polt. This is not going to happen. Dayshi's base is gone, ladies and gentlemen here. I mean, yeah, Polt's base is slowly getting whittled away at the same time, but it's just not enough. And that's it. Dayshi throws out the apology and the good game and the good luck, and Dayshi is defeated. So Polt winning game number 1 fairly handily today. Aha, I didn't tell you there'd be a game number 2, did I? I did not. So game number 1 here between Dayshi and Polt does end with Polt being the victor. And we'll go here to game number 2 and see if Dayshi can get a little bit of some revenge or not. Okay, we'll be right back. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to game 2 between Dayshi and Polt here on Laralat Crest. In the top left side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is Dayshi. And in the top right side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Polt. All right, so Polt leads this mini-series here, 1-0. This is just going to be 2 games, so whoever wins game number 2, that's just fine. We're not going to go ahead and move on to game 3, even if Dayshi wins, just because this is all there was from that series. Okay. All right, so here we go. Once again, looking at Dayshi going early gas, Polt going early gas, which tells me they're both likely going to go for that Reaper opening. Polt's 5 Reaper opening off of 2 racks was kind of insane. He killed, what, 22 units of Dayshi's, killed something like 12, 13, 14 workers, maybe 17 workers. It was a big number. Anyway, and in the end, I think there was just too much to come back from. Polt had the bigger army. Dayshi tried to base race, but Polt had more going on. It was just kind of a mess up all the way around. So here we go. We are looking here at Polt versus Dayshi, and yep, there's the base. The barracks not at the wall, but instead back here. For Polt, walling off the ramp is Dayshi. Both players working on those barracks. I've got a couple Reaper names available, so if they both do choose to go Reaper, we should be able to handle it. And 2 refineries out of Polt. I didn't see that initially, but definitely the 2 refinery play. It's looking pretty darn fantastic as well, and it is a Reaper for Polt, and it is another Marine out of Dayshi. Dayshi says, I don't need to worry about this. Oh, there's the block. Polt trying to get inside, can't do it. Last second block there. So this is going to be James Reaver, the Reaper. So we're going to call him James. His friends call him Reaver, but I don't know him very well, so I'm not going to call him by his nickname. So James the Reaper woke up one morning quite early, saying, "Hello, good world. I'd like an orange for breakfast, possibly squeezed into juice, if at all possible. Bring me my newspaper, and we'll get this day started." And after he'd had his orange juice and his newspaper, he put on his Reaper suit, head on out to take out the rebel forces that were fighting against the Terran Dominion. And he was posted on a ramp. He was posted on a ramp to hang out and see if anything came their way. He looked to the left. Didn't see anything coming. Kept looking out there real far. He looked back to the center. There was nothing there either. And then he said, "Enough of this. I know I was posted to the ramp, but I'm not going to do that anymore." And he headed right on out with his jetpacks burning and his feet bouncing and his head going boom, 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 boom. Kind of head slamming a little bit there. Not head slamming, it's head banging. Head banging. Oh man, I'm so old. And unfortunately was met. Was met instantly by a Hellion, by like 3 or 4 Marines, and the Reaper James got murdered real fast. Another one tried to come out here with Hellion support, but they said, no, you know what? It went so poorly for James, we're just going to head back home, and we're going to wait for an attack from our enemy here, Dayshi. Has Dayshi not scouted this out yet? Dayshi has not scouted it out yet. He worker scouted and went here, then here, and then here. How sad for him. Reaper friend, who I'm not going to name because he's the second Reaper in this game, is going to get a kill. Unfortunately, James did not. Hellions doing so much damage against Reapers, though, and they are fast. KD8 charge, knocking up, and can they get it? No! Hops down with 4 hit points remaining. Here comes a drop from Dayshi, trying to put this aggression on. Can he do it? There's a Viking ready to go, though. Dropping the Marines, trying to split them so the Hellions aren't as effective. SCV's pulled off the line again for Polt here. It's not good when you have to pull... As the medevac falls down, the Viking doing a great job against that dropping stuff. Dayshi trying to back out, but getting burned alive by Hellions. I actually saw a Reddit thread today where they said, what was it? What would be the worst way to die? Maybe it wasn't a Reddit thread. Maybe it was something else. Anyway, Reaper with 1 kill comes back on in, tries to get some stuff done. Now has 2 kills. They get 3. Man, we should have named this Reaper. He's good. He's good at his job. Anyway, the point is, somebody said, if you can guarantee that I will not burn to death, I will volunteer to die 1 year early from when I'm supposed to die. And yeah, burning to death sounds like a really terrible experience. Anyway, a Raven is coming out for the Dayshi. He has a Viking of his own. Here comes a bit of a push from Polt. He's got a Banshee. Alright, is he getting cloak? He is getting cloak. He's getting cloaking field. And another Banshee on the way. Hellion loses his life for no purpose whatsoever. Polt has Hellions. He has Marines. He has tanks. He has a Banshee. It's a pretty eclectic group here for the blue Protoss player. Let's see if that works out for him or not. It is Polt, so I mean, whatever he does, I kind of just assume it's going to work out on some level, even if he loses. Yep, threatening this expansion base. Polt is sitting on one base, which means he has a bit of a bigger army to do stuff like this. Dayshi has like some Marines, has a Viking, has a Raven. And he forces a cancel. He forces the cancel. The tank is here, but a little bit too late, I think is what it is. Marines trying to burn some stuff down. Auto turret getting some shots off, killing a Hellion there. Raven swirling back. I always thought the flying motions of Ravens are kind of pretty, right? They take angles, they can swoop around. It's just nice. Polt decides, I'm not going to retreat. You have to retreat. Is this guy still... Ah, the Banshee is going to town on the main base for Dayshi. This is looking really bad for our French Terran player. Super bad. The SCVs are not fighting whatsoever. Tanks trying to kill everything, and one of the tanks dies. Another one's still alive. A Banshee of Dayshi's own is here, though. And actually going to be able to push this back just a little bit. Still, this cloaked Banshee going to town. The Raven Viking combo. Pretty good, though. Banshee does end up with 5 total kills before she gets blown out of the sky. And Tank almost makes it like a third of the way back home before the Banshee takes it out. Polt now expanding. His one base shenanigans are over. He's making a Raven of his own, which is great because he did see the Banshee. Saw the Banshee that Dayshi had. I don't think Dayshi did he go for cloak? I didn't see that, but I think he did. I think he went for the cloak. He did go for the cloak. That would explain the Raven that Polt is going for. Derp. Herpa derp. Banshee flying right on in, and boom. Killing an SCV. Trying to take down at this base as well. The Banshees for Polt defending everything on the ground, though. Viking-Raven combination again, once very good. Second time very good as well. Forcing those Banshees away. This Banshee might just take out this command center. Force a cancel at the least. For Polt, this has been a pretty good back-and-forth battle. And he does. He forces the cancel. Banshee has 4 kills to her name. And again, the Raven's here. The Marines are here. That's about time to go home, says Dayshi. Going to try to expand on his own. Yep, he is building the command center in the main base, which is a little bit safer. Going to try to land it here in the natural. Meanwhile, Polt's Banshees are here. Cloaking, but not necessarily. I mean, like, to no avail, because, again, the Viking-Raven combination is really, really good. Neither player really been able to establish a natural base at any point. Polt is trying to replace his natural. There is actually a completed command center upgrading to an orbital command in the main for Dayshi. So that's pretty good stuff. Tank on the high ground for Dayshi, playing defense at his ramp at the natural. And long distance mining gas is Dayshi. What? I mean, I guess you do need gas. He only has 2 workers on one of the refineries in his main. Maybe if he sees that, he'd feel a little bit better about his gas income. But anyway, it's a Banshee, Cloak Banshee for Polt swinging back into the main base of Dayshi. Going to kill some more workers. So many dead SCVs. 25 units killed by Dayshi, but he's lost 13 workers. That's not great. The Banshee does end up falling again to the Viking-Raven combo, which continues to be good. I'll let you know if it stops being good. How about that? And Polt finally landing over there. It's 22 to 29 harvesters. Polt has a bit of a minor lead there. I mean, it's not massive, but Dayshi established his natural about 4 seconds before Polt did, so that might give him a bit of a lead economically. I don't know. He fully saturated that refinery for sure. He's barely mining any minerals whatsoever from this one. He has enough for a mule. Enough energy here for a mule at the natural. Not sure why he's not doing that. Cloaked Banshee from Dayshi is here, killing an SCV that's building a refinery at the natural base, being very brave. Flying a little bit too far inland, taking a bunch of shots from the Vikings, but getting outside of the range of that scan, and the Raven for Polt is nowhere nearby. I actually don't know where it is. Ah, it's down here to the south of his main base in the top right. Anyway, the Vikings are here to patrol the skies. I'm not sure how much damage Banshees can do from this point on, but you know what? Never underestimate. There's a Liberator on the way for our friend Polt. And sneaking up. Oh, a Cyclone defending for Polt here. Auto turret landing, trying to get rid of the Cyclone. Does manage to do so. And auto turret explodes harmlessly into the ground there. Dayshi decides to pull back with his Raven Viking combo. 2 Vikings, one of them very, very low on health, but just heads back on home to the safety of the natural. All right, so here we go. Polt is currently up, I'd say. Army supply 50 to 47, worker supply 34 to 32. Slight lead in both of those categories. And here comes Polt. He's got a Liberator mixed in here now. So it's going to be a Cyclone, Marines, Vikings, Ravens, and a Liberator. So Polt is going to knock down these rocks, leading into the potential third base of Dayshi. Dayshi's saying, I'm not sure what to do here. Actually, he's got tanks. He doesn't have as much stuff is the problem here. So here comes Polt. There are a lot of Vikings in the air. They do manage to take out the Liberator. Can they PDD up? Oh, point defense drone. Keeping the Viking alive. But the Raven for Dayshi gets destroyed there as well. Another point defense drone comes up, saving the Liberator's life. Meanwhile, Dayshi's Vikings are getting destroyed. Tanks on the low ground attacking a starport on the high ground for Dayshi. Gonna explode that starport. And yep, here comes Polt with the Liberator, setting up defender mode on the high ground too, taking out a tank. Not really being used for much at all at this point, but Dayshi trying to defend with what he has. He has a Viking versus Liberator. He does kill the Liberator, but he loses his own Viking here to a Viking of Polt's. Polt's up 95 to 74. Total supply. Losing production facilities is never good. As a barracks dies, as add-ons die, supply depots die. Dayshi is not supply blocked because he only has 75 supply on the ground right now. Dayshi has a few tanks, some Marines, and a Viking. It's just not looking good. Just not looking good for our friend Dayshi right now. So here it is. Tanks on the high ground now for Polt, setting up shop, getting splash damage on top of everything. The only good thing for Dayshi is that he is still mining and still gaining resources. So that seems like he should be able to come back here, but now he's supply blocked. He's also possibly going to get his +1 attack canceled, which would not be good. Actually, I think he's going to get it. And he does get it, gets the +1, starting in on +1 armor, despite the fact that his engineering bay is under fire from tanks. And here come the SCVs. The SCV pull Vikings, destroying Vikings. Marines trying to deal with the stuff on the ground, but Marines for Polt dealing with his stuff on the ground. Dayshi is down to 48 total supply, and that's it. A GG out of Dayshi. Dayshi is defeated. Polt is victorious, and once again, Polt takes the victory. So well done to Polt, 2-0ing Dayshi here. I can't remember what the result was. I don't know if Dayshi beat Polt in the game that I cast like back in March that we wanted a rematch from, but regardless, Polt got it done. He got it taken care of. A 1 base opener here in game number 1. It was a 5 Reaper opening, which was super darn effective. It's just fun to see different stuff out of Polt than the standard things that we see, you know, from time to time in TVZ and TVP. It seems like he varies up his TVT a little bit more than the other matchups. So well done to him, and that's it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another twofer Legacy of the Void daily upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.